Yo, welcome back to the first ever Hud Owen and Devon podcast. Okay, so Devon, what are going to be the key words to look out here for?
Commemoration and honor. Okay, let's get right into this. The Vietnam War Memorial has a very unique design and honors everyone. It was founded by Jan Scruggs in 1969, but construction only began in 1982. He had to lobby Congress for a really long time to get it a spot in the Constitutional Gardens. Also, the project designer was a foreign college student named Maya Lin. There are about 58,000 names on the wall. The memorial is a 250-foot long, black and reflective V-shaped wall. That's how the Vietnam Memorial is a very unique design.
Do they decorate the memorial at all?
The memorial was decorated Christmas themed, which means that they annually decorate the memorial.
I like Christmas trees too.
I know you do.
Hey, like and subscribe if you like Christmas trees.
Okay, sure, yeah, do that. Also, it said a date next to a lot of the names. That resembles the year that they died. There's also 3 soldiers far in front of the memorial with guns and other weapons representing those who served.
So, can you describe the war for me, please, and how it represents honor in the memorial?
No problem. Vietnam War Memorial represents individual honor by having everyone's name on the wall who served the war. The war lasted 19 years and happened between April 30th, 1975, all the way over to November 1st, 1995. It took place in South Vietnam, North Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, South China Sea, and the Gulf of Thailand. But the war mainly consisted of North Vietnam, China, and North Korea versus South Vietnam, South Korea, and the United States. The U.S. government thought that this was a way to prevent a communist takeover of South Vietnam. They also thought that their way of life was going to be at risk if nothing was done. So they paid about 80% of the cost of the war to support France.
Thank you for telling me that. I learned a lot of new information.
Hud Owen, after describing the Vietnam War Memorial, how does it make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel very emotional because there's over 58,000 names on the wall of all the people who gave their life for this country. That's a lot of people! Anyway, how does this make you feel?
This memorial to me is different than the rest because we lost the war. It's a whole different vibe than the other memorials. It's more gloomy in a way. I really like how it honors each individual soldier though. That's my favorite part.
Well, Mr. Devon, were there any controversies behind this memorial?
Yes. The original design was said that it was lacking resolution of national conflicts and was also lacking conscience over what constituted an appropriate memorial. However, a lot of people thought that the design was amazing and it was a great way to remember all of those who passed. Yet, a Vietnam veteran named Jim Webb called it a nihilistic slab of stone. Nihilistic means rejecting all religious purposes and moral principles in belief that life is meaningless. Another commentator, Pat Buchanan, accused one of the design judges of being a communist.
Wow, that's crazy. There any way I can miss it?
What do you mean, miss it?
Walk past it.
Oh, yeah. From some angles, you wouldn't even be able to see it because it's built into a downwards hill. So without knowing, you could easily walk right past it or just miss it.
After that pretty lit presentation from Devon about the Vietnam War, it's time for my bit. It's the Korean War.
Any keywords to look out for here?
Why, yes, Devon. My keyword is remembrance. You should look out for that a lot. Well, after all that, which wasn't that much, at the Korean War, there are 2 big fountains right next to the main part of the memorial, which is a giant black granite wall that stretches over 164 feet. On the wall, there are over 2,400 photographs of the Korean War that are laser sketched into the wall to remember the sacrifice the soldiers and civilians made.
That's a lot of photos.
Next to the wall is a beautiful garden that has 19 stainless steel soldiers that are 7 feet 3 inches. That's really tall, ain't it?
Heck yeah.
Well, that's about everything for the memorial, but now it's time to remember the war. The Korean War took place on June 25th, 1950, and ended on July 27th, 1953. There were two main countries involved, which were South Korea and North Korea, but there were other countries involved as well. For example, the United States, the Soviet Union, Turkey, the United Nations, and the United Kingdom were all involved as well. The U.S. was involved because the Soviets attacked South Korea, so we supplied and helped them attack and protect. That's why there are so many countries to remember.
If you don't mind, I have a few questions for you. Let me just.
Go ahead.
I'm just looking through my notebook. Oh, okay. I got one. What caused the war?
Well, you see, the war started because of a conflict about the spread of communism between Democratic People's Republic, which is now known as North Korea, and the Republic of Korea, South Korea.
Okay, I got another one.
Go ahead.
I'm looking through. Oh, it's on the same page. How did the war end?
The war ended when South Korea and North Korea came together and agreed to become separate countries so they wouldn't attack each other.
How many people died during the war?
Well, according to my calculations, approximately 54,246 people died from the U.S., and over 628,833 people died from the UN. It's a sad number.
I got another one.
Go ahead.
Oh, here it is. How many people were missing?
Well, again, if my calculations are correct, like they always are, a sad total of 8,177 people were missing from the U.S. and over 470,267 from the UN.
Okay, I got a few more for you. How many people were captured?
Well, over 7,140 from the U.S. and over 92,970 people from the UN.
Okay, this is my last question. What the heck is the UN?
Well, that's a great question, Mr. Devone. The UN stands for the United Nations. The United Nations consists of, well, basically every country. A lot of them, except for two countries. That's all.
Overall, both memorials are very different and unique, but they both represent similar meanings.
They both honor and commemorate the soldiers who served in these wars.